good to see you guys. Is it as freezing as it is here in Alberta, wherever you
Yeah.
are? Goodness, it is.
No, it's mild.
Okay, yeah. Well, you know what? I'm hoping that I can share my screens because I'm actually going to take you into some of the groups that we've done over the course of the last 6 months. Kind of like even more focused groups for 90-day game plans. So maybe Roxanne, if we just get you to mute all for now, so that because I'm hearing a little bit of feedback.
Yeah.
And then I can unmute myself, and then when we get time for when we go through questions or whatever, we can unmute. Oh, I see little footsteps coming down the stairs.
It's okay. It's okay.
Can you pass me that paper then, if you're awake? Thank you. Okay. So yeah, that's really how when we were pushing to 100 Club way back when. Is what we did was back-to-back 90-day game plans. So we started with one, and then we kind of went right into another one. And it's a good time of year. I think the first one that we did was time of year. So December was real like prep. This is the time, like before you're about to start, like, your 10-day shred or whatever, you have those few days of like, I know I'm starting it on this day, so I'm going to be maybe naughty for a couple days before. It's kind of like that with the 90-day game plan. It's like all of December will be your prep time. So you're going to be starting to plant seeds and making the decision to, you guys have your start date if it's January 1st or January 2nd. Decide what that is going to be for you guys. And then this whole month is you starting to set up your calendars, have your calendars as full as you can. In your downtime, what I do, like say we're, gearing up for this. Lately, we've been calling it a 6-week surge or whatever it is. Then the few weeks or couple weeks leading up to it is when you're going to be, making flyers and you're at home when you're, setting up the coffee dates. This is a really good time to start friending people on Facebook again. Like make a goal of friending 10, 20 people on Facebook every couple days. Yes.
Hi.
Want to say hi?
Hi. This is Cash.
You gotta sit there then.
Hello, Cash. I know you when you were little like
that. Everyone's seen you when you were a baby.
Yeah.
And you would toot. Daphne, why don't you take the iPads and take Cash upstairs? You guys can go to my room.
Can I say hi?
Yes. Sorry, guys.
Hi. How are you?
Good.
Good. Yeah, taking care of your brother? That is nice. Thank you so much.
Sorry, guys. 1 second.
No worries.
You can play your iPad. Daphne's going to take you. I don't want to hear you, though. You're so lucky. 1 second. Well, Daphne's going to play your iPad. Go upstairs. Take a granola bar too. Okay, sorry guys. They were sound asleep at 7 o'clock tonight, both of them, and then magically this is happening. So, anyways, basically, take the time for this December while you're leading up to your 90-day game plan to start doing like the work. I would do like flyers or make your pick collages. Even start when you have. Great, amazing. See you guys. What was I gonna say? Okay, let's all just like because they threw me off with a bunch of cookies. Start prepping posts even. Like if you see good ideas for posts, start taking those kind of pictures so that you kind of have things in the pipeline, because when you're going to be hitting or running with your 90-day game plan, it's going to be busy, right? So you're going to feel like, wow, I don't feel like I even have time to post on Facebook, but we know that that's one of the essential parts of these 90-day game plans. So just start letting this month be for you to like have a buffer there. So when you're busy, so even prep posts in your notes, so often I'll write out posts long before I even use them. And then when I have a day when I'm really busy, that's when I copy and paste and take that picture and do that post that I thought of 2 months ago. So in your downtime while you're prepping for this push that you're going to start to do for the next 90-day game plans, don't let it be, just time to relax and do nothing. Make sure that you're doing something towards your business in this kind of, prep work before. Also take your whole family and sit them down, whoever is like in your immediate family that you see every day, you have to cohabitate with, and just like sit them down and have a family meeting and let them know, okay, so I'm going to be really intentional with my business for the next 90 days. These are the dates. At the end of the 90 days, what should we do to celebrate? I have big goals, whatever it is. And so there's going to be some times when I'm really busy and I'm not going to have a chance to, whatever it is, be there all the time. I'm going to be really in action zone. So at the end of this, if I hit my goal, oh, there's just a little bit of feedback. I think if we mute maybe Eileen.
Aileen, can you mute yourself? Jesus.
How do I do that?
You just click on the microphone.
How do I mute myself?
Yeah. You click on the microphone on the left corner. Do you see the microphone saying mute?
Oh, perfect.
Click on it. Perfect. Thank you.
There you go. But having that family meeting is so important, because when you're in the throes of it, then you can say, remember, we had this talk and this was the end. And, March 31st is the end of this 90-day game plan. And remember what we're going to do after it. For my kids, it was taking them to the hotel for a night. That feels like Disneyland because there's a swimming pool, or, taking them to Galaxyland or something like that. They got to decide what it was that we could do to celebrate when Mom was done her big push. And I think that was really important for their buy-in. Do you know what I mean? So when it's that time when they're like, oh, you have to go do an event again, you can be like, remember what we're doing? So then it kind of, gets them to be like, yeah, go do what you have to do because we got to do this cool thing. So I think before you launch anything like this, it's really important to do a family meeting so that you can, everybody gets on the same page. The other thing too is print out calendars. So go to whatever on Google, print off, just blank calendars for the next 3 months. And any of your distributors that are doing the 90-day game plan with you, make sure you print out enough for them. And then take out your calendars and then start to write in the events that you're going to do. So like we all know that an event isn't just, a big one out with a bunch of people. It can be a coffee, it can be a 3-way call, whatever it is. Make sure that it's full and really make it so that it's workable for your life, but then don't shortchange yourself. If you're going to be doing a 90-day game plan, you're doing minimum 4 events a week at minimum. But if you have really big goals and you really want to push it, doing an event every day is not going to be unreasonable, even if some of those days is just 1 3-way call in that day. But being consistent with that and setting something so that you have your calendar full. And kind of like when you're in a 90-day game plan, it's like almost like a double dare for yourself. So then you're in the height of it and the thick of it, and it's the last thing you feel like doing is whatever, going out to do this coffee, but this old friend is randomly in town, asks you to go for coffee. Like, you got to be like, I got to go do it. I got to go check this out. Maybe it's something that I got to do. So it's like, anytime you have that tendency to be like, oh, I just want to like curl in bed and not do anything, you got to be like, but I'm in a 90-day game plan and I just have to say yes to every opportunity that I get. So it's like the next 90 days are all about saying yes to all the things that come up. And I think something that was really essential too was we would do this abundance meditation. I'm open to receiving abundance, and we would kind of use it daily in this time, and also to the language of for me, I have a connection, and I would be like, okay, God, who do I have to talk to today? And then the randomest things would happen on those days, and you have to follow through. If you're asking the question for who to be connected to or who to be put in your path, or the conversations to have that are open to you mentioning Juice Plus or the business, you kind of have to follow through with them, especially in a 90-day game plan, because you're giving yourself like a total permission to go whole hog with this. So that's a few of the things. So, and then too, with your distributors, like, be looking at their calendar and kind of making suggestions like, oh, I see that there's only a couple events this week. What else could we do to fill in there? Like, who can you think of that we could do a 3-way call? Who could we sit down and do a prospect meeting? And really like help them think of ways that they can be doing more events. Even if you've got a bunch of you in one area, like, do a weekly event if it's a weekly salad in a jar party, or something that everyone knows is consistent content that people can invite to. It can be helpful to even have an event online, like on Zoom, that people can invite prospects to. We have one every Sunday night. It's called Family Freedom Project. And so that's for our whole team that they can invite guests onto. And it's also great for new reps because it's kind of like training ground. They get to hear lots of stories consistently every Sunday. So as they're, starting to push out of their comfort zones, they have access to this call every week. And it just keeps the language in their minds. So doing something like that, you guys, would be really valuable for you guys too, so that you've got so much in place that your reps can be inviting to. And then also too, just kind of seeing the areas for you guys that need some attention, and then together collectively set some big rock events in between in January, February, and March, so that they're getting some kind of big rock event every couple of weeks, so that again, that they can build into and bring their new people back to. So you'll want to do that like between you guys to see who needs what and what you need, so that then you've got reps in that area with buy-in. Because sometimes you can look and see, okay, there's lots of reps in that area, let's put on an event, but if they're not really ready or wanting an event, then they don't build for it. So you got to find out who's ready and wanting and make sure that they build for it. Have an accountability buddy if you can, all of you guys too could be accountability buddies, so that you're checking in, if you have kind of like a, weekly check-in or something, to be like, hey, how's everyone's activity? What are you guys up to? That can be really helpful. And also just start to wrap your mindset around building some excitement for the 90-day game plan. So this can be in social media. Like, you can do it in a way where you're not kind of saying 90-day game plan or juice plus. You can be like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for, being so intentional with everything in my world for the next few months. I can, I'm drawing in lots of abundance for the next few months. I'm super excited about it. Kind of create some buzz around it, and create some buzz about the events that you're going to do too. We're going to be doing a tour called the Family Freedom Project Tour. That's kind of what we're into right now. That's our next fun thing. Last year it was Boss Babes. This year it's Family Freedom Project. It's always kind of pretty much the same, but just a little different. So creating some buzz around that, and getting people excited to come to your events, and letting them be fresh and fun. Super important. And then now the next little piece, and the thing that we didn't do in our original 90-day game plans, is we didn't do a Facebook group for it, and I would highly recommend doing it. We did this over the summer. We did a Synergy summer camp, and then we did a Synergy 6-week surge, and we got so much activity on there, and and that was the best way to have an accountability group. So even beyond having a Voxer chat once a week, I think you guys doing a Facebook group is going to be really huge. And so I'm just going to see if I can share my screen. Okay, I'm going to pull up my Facebook, and then I will show you the Synergy summer camp that we did in the summer. So this is for anyone who wanted to work their business in summer, because as we know, in summer months, sometimes people check out for the whole summer. Let me see. 5 million groups we have. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this was the Synergy summer camp. We had a few hundred members, and it was people that agreed to wanting to work their business. And so we would have different assignments every few days or every week, of over and above the activity people were doing, assignments to push them out of their comfort zone. So, you guys could, if you think of, it's all the things that you do when you're going on a blitz, or you're trying to, rebuild your business, or breathe some new life into your business. And you can see, like, for example, here, let's see. Okay, see, you can see there's so much activity. This is just people posting of them doing the challenges. We have this challenge to make a picture of yourself with your story on it, and everyone had to start posting it. We have a little database of them all that people can post. So people were doing that. here, we got everyone to save the assignments in their notes. And just an FYI, we're going to be doing an upgrade on our website with an accelerated path to NMD, and lots of these assignments are going to be on there. Have this video, they had to watch it and comment in the comments what they took away from it, like all sorts of different activities. Let's see, what's another? Oh, here's another one. Update your prospect list. Go in, the whole prospect list you did long ago, go through it and just like weed it out, and on and on and on. So your leadership can be posting in that group. But the best thing is people were posting when they finished the assignment, and it got lots of buy-in. So I think this was like next level of 90-day game plan. And so if you guys are doing a 90-day game plan with this group, then it's going to be huge. So the next group here, if you see the Synergy 6-week surge, this was the group that we did leading up to the last conference. So September, October, November. And in order to be allowed into the group, you had to answer these questions. Are you passionate about Juice Plus? Are you committed to Juice Plus? Do you want to be an NMD? Are you willing to make your business a priority? Do you believe in all-out massive action for a short period of time will grow your business? And they had to say yes to all those questions, and then they were let into the group. So kind of like all of you guys on the call, you obviously said yes to wanting to do the 90-day game plan. We pinned that post to the top, and we had 215 members join. And the coolest thing is that we really pushed people out of their comfort zones. So here's a challenge. Watch this call by Michelle, how to get to NMD fast. And there's how many comments in the comment? There's like, I don't even know how many. Everyone had to write in what they took away from it. So you see like everyone is posting and active in here. There's like 40 comments. We had another challenge. Let's see. I'm going to search it up. One of the challenges was to make a whole screenshot worth of selfie videos. So like, okay, let's see. Okay, so this one was, you can see the challenge number 1 was I had posted, okay, this many selfie videos sent out to invite people out to events. And you see, and then people had to post in the comments when they completed the task. So this one was awesome because people were like, oh my God, I so hated this challenge, but I also loved it because by the 3rd video, it was totally fine for me. And totally like, oh my God, I hated when this challenge came across, but now I love selfie videos. So it was like, it pushed more people out of comfort zones quicker. And the fact that they needed to post it, I think made them do it even more. So you can see like people were totally doing the challenges and having to post it. So we did a embrace and release challenge. We also did one where you had to fill out a whiteboard and map out your goals right there on your whiteboard. And these are all things that we do from time to time when we're doing a blitz. So that's why that they were really they're really useful, the challenges, because they are what we have done to push out of plateaus in our businesses. So there was every couple of days there was a new challenge, and the fact that people were so committed was huge, and I think that it grew our business that much further just by doing that. So yeah, do you guys have any questions about any of that? I kind of was like,
thank you, Sandy. This is what you actually creating that Facebook group. And anybody has any questions, you can unmute yourself and ask a question.
So I have, oh, sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
I just have a question. So what do you do when you see people who are like, oh yeah, I'm in, I want to do it. And then they're like, they bail, like, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. What it is you'll just see your key players and you'll see where you need to spend your time. Okay. Right? Because there's people that give lip service to things, and then there's people that actually do the action, right? And so this is a great way to shake them out. there.
Right.
And another thing that I like to do, I like to do it with all my reps, is like get them to give me a visual of what their why is. Like I always use this example. For example, my little cousin's like, right now she's in some kind of Guatemalan beach. So her top thing is travel. And she sent me the picture of the most nicest beach. And so when she's not working her business or doing the actions, I'll just send her a picture of that beach and be like, what are you doing to get here? And so anyone
Oh, okay.
90-day game plan, get a visual so that you have it in your like your armory. And if they're
Right.
like saying that they're frustrated or stuck, then go back and say, which challenges have you done? Like I see that you've liked these challenges, but have you done them? We'll talk, complete the challenges and then connect with me and we'll talk about the next step.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I would do. It really does just shake out your key players.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Good advice. I like the visual. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a fun one because
Yeah.
everyone's like nothing, if they're being like turkeys and not working their business. But it's so good to have it because it's like what they want. It's not about you.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Okay. Good.
So if you're trying to, I'm just learning now how to brand myself, like on my own personal website. Sandy, like everybody else, is kind of talking a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Out of my 850 Facebook plus friends, even when I do stuff like that, I rarely get any responses back. Maybe a like here or a like there. So I think I'm doing something wrong, like for not being an interest, or you know what I mean? Like if I don't know, I just don't know. Like
when you're posting about your brand.
Yeah, like just I'm not going on for 5 years on my page, just like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and not sick today. Everyone at my job is is ill. I don't know, just things like that where it's just thank goodness for my fruits and veg in a capsule, and not even one person will say in a capsule or what's that or never heard of that. They're all just like good luck, yeah, okay. I don't know. I just think maybe I have to now branch out of the 850 friends into strangers, but then I don't know really how to do that either.
Yeah, you can start friending new friends, but often, like anytime I do a Juice Plus post or a subtle one or anything like that, I don't get a ton of likes on it either, but people are watching. So they're still getting value from it. But the things that you do get lots of value, like sometimes when you ask out a question, like, do you notice on Facebook, everyone's so quick to help you get the answer? Like this morning I posted like, what's a good photo calendar? And I got tons of comments and likes. So people are like, so every once in a while, if you're like, hello, is anybody out there? Do one of those kind of posts where you're kind of asking a question like, oh, I want to try a new nut butter. What's the best one to do? Or like something weird like that.
Oh, okay.
You get all these posts and likes. And then after that, you can do like a little subtle Juice Plus post after that.
Okay.
Then they're watching and they're in your algorithm. And another way to branch out into people that you don't know is to go through start an Instagram following as well, because then you can post to Instagram and Facebook at the same time. So that's one way too that you can kind of start to reach out. But have I gotten a ton from that? Nope, I don't think I haven't gotten a ton, but public profile, public street cred is high. So it's like you become noticed as a public figure, and so then people are watching. So then I've had it a few times. One at the swimming pool, hey, are you the Yogi CEO? I follow you on Instagram. I was like, no way, that's hilarious. And then I had it another time. Another girl said, hey, are you the Yogi CEO? I follow you.
I was using Instagram only for my Tower Garden posts. I wasn't doing Juice Plus with it. Just my Tower Garden, like doing new posts, daily, few days, showing it, growing it, eating it, all that kind of stuff. But again, not really anybody saying, oh, what's that? Or where do you get that? Or how does it work? Or, just like cool, sweet, right on. I don't know.
It's more important to just be you and show your life than make the business posts. Those are subtle and they come in through the side, but you show up being you and like living your life and your cool perspective on life and the quotes that you like. That means more than making Juice Plus or Tower Garden posts. You'll see that I rarely make one of those, once in a blue moon. So like you living life is going to mean more, and it's going to get more engagement from your people.
Okay.
And then when they're watching you, then throwing in a Juice Plus post is huge. And then that's also to customer care. And that has gotten me orders from Juice, like from online. But it's more me living my life and them still seeing that I'm healthy and traveling and loving life. That gets more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So think more of having fun on there and being you, and you're hilarious, so you can make funny posts and people like that.
That's what I get a lot. Oh, you're so funny. You're so this. You're so that. You're so energetic. You're so whatever. And I'm going like, yeah, I know, but don't you want to be too?
Not until sometimes they do and sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
But and also too, I find vulnerability posts are good too. Every once in a while to see if people are watching. Like I got a ton of like one day I was doing a Zoom and my house was like, I had a pile of laundry in the playpen. I had to pull out the playpen I haven't used for a couple of years because I had so much laundry and it was just like a giant mess. So I was like, on the highlight reel, this is what's going on in my world. But if you could just turn the camera around, you'd see that I'm in shambles, and people like so appreciate that, you being like real. I think sometimes on Facebook people feel like you just got all your poop in a group and they're like, oh, thank God, when they realize you don't.
Okay.
So I find those posts really good too, to just get your people that are following you to follow who you are.
Okay. I think that's what's happening, but like I say, nothing else has really expanded my business.
And you know what? It's like, it will. Sometimes it's not like leaps and bounds, but it's like any and that's the other thing too, like when you're in this 90-day game plan, like don't take your pedal off the metal. Don't like go whole hog for January and it feels like nothing's happening, so you stop for February, March. Or, you know, like you got to keep the pedal to the metal. Like even when it feels like you're spinning the tires and getting nowhere, that's like the most important time to keep working your business every day and be